I'm Liz. I'm a registered dental hygienist. This is Eric. I moved to East Trail a couple of years ago. Eric lives just a couple blocks away. Apparently, he had his eye on me for a while before we started dating a couple of years ago. We are happy to call Trail our home. When I moved to Trail 3 years ago, I knew when I was looking for a house that I wanted something to fix up. I wanted to make sure I was doing this correctly, so that's how come I contacted the Trail Area Health and Environment Program for them to help me along my way. My first big project here is to knock down a doorway between the living room and the bedroom. When you start to demolition things, dust gets out that may have been trapped behind building walls or under carpets for many decades. Containing the area around your project will prevent the spread of dust, keeping the rest of the house clean and safe. It also makes cleanup much easier. If some larger items need to stay, cover them with plastic that is taped down or securely wrapped underneath the item. I have an old house, so we tape plastic over the radiators. If you have heat vents, cover them and turn off the heat or air conditioning to make sure dust from the project area doesn't get into the ducts where it can be blown around the rest of the house. You want to prevent all dust from escaping, so simply closing a door will not seal off the room properly. You need to seal it off with plastic sheeting that is taped in place. To create a flapped entry door, cut plastic sheeting to a size slightly larger than the door frame and tape it on all sides, including the floor. Once in place, you need to make a vertical slit in the plastic so you can walk in and out. A handy trick is to put a long piece of tape down the center of the plastic and then cut through the tape to make a slit. This will stop the plastic from ripping. Make sure the slit is tall enough for you to get through easily and leave a few inches uncut on the bottom to capture dust on the floor of the project area. Now, create your flap. Standing on the outside of the containment, cut another piece of plastic the size of the doorway and tape it only at the top. Make sure it will extend below the bottom of the slit in the other sheet. A more complex containment includes dividing a large room in two or creating the containment directly below an attic hatch. For this type of containment, tape the plastic to the ceiling, along the sides of walls, and any seams between sheets of plastic, and tape it closed along the floor. Extendable poles are a big help for larger containments. These poles will hold the plastic up to the ceiling while you tape and can be left in place while you work. This is really useful for longer projects, so you don't have to keep retaping every few days. Once the containment is up, you will likely also need to make a flapped entry door on one side of the containment. For work in attics, you can do a small version of this right under an attic hatch. Depending on the work you are doing, you may want to lay plastic sheeting on the floor to collect dust as you work. This is particularly important while working in carpeted places where the carpet is not being removed. In our case, we just placed plastic over the floor to help protect it and to make a path where we could carry out the debris. Inspect your containment daily to make sure it is still 100% secure and in place. Retape any sections that have started to fall down. I like to keep it in place for the duration of my projects as it also stops the spread of other renovation dust like drywall dust. I knew between the two of us that we'd be able to make a proper containment.
And I was only happy to help.